Welcome to a journey beyond the limits of science, beyond the arrogance of man, and into the terrifying unknown. In this video, we will uncover the story of a man who defied the gods, a man who believed death was merely a problem to be solved and that humanity was meant for something greater. But what happens when a man plays God? When the pursuit of immortality leads to something far worse than death? Others waged wars, but in the end, they all crumbled because time does not grant mercy. The gods do not share their power. But there was one man, one mind, who dared to challenge this truth. Who refused to accept that death was inevitable. He did not seek power, did not seek wealth. He sought something far greater. His name was Peter Weyland. A man who did not want to be remembered, to never be forgotten. A man who believed he could create gods or become one himself. What if he was right? Peter Weyland, the man who defied the gods. Tonight, we explore the mind of Peter Weyland, the billionaire, the visionary, the creator, and the doomed king of an empire that stretched beyond the stars. Prepare yourself, because the truth is far darker than you imagine. This is the story of the man who defied the gods. There are men who seek to change the world, and then there are men who seek to leave it behind. Some dream of progress, others of power, but only a few dream of eternity. Peter Weyland was not just a man of ambition. He was not just a billionaire, an inventor, or a scientist. He was something else. A man who believed he could break the natural order. A man who sought not only to create, but to become a god. The universe does not grant such power freely, and those who reach for it often find themselves consumed by the thing they seek to control. Peter Weyland was born on October 1st, 1990, in Mumbai, India. His mother was an Oxford-educated professor of comparative mythology, a woman who spent her life studying ancient gods and their fallen empires. His father, a self-taught engineer, built machines, believing technology was the key to human progress. Between these two worlds, myth and science, Peter Weyland shaped his destiny. At the age of 14, he secured his 12th patent, a fully synthetic trachea engineered from stem cells. A remarkable achievement, but to Weyland, it was nothing. A small step towards something greater. He was not interested in curing diseases. He was not interested in saving lives. Peter Weyland had one goal: to surpass the limits of mortality itself. In 2012, at the age of 22, Peter Weyland founded Weyland Corp. He did not build a company, he built an empire. The world saw him as a genius, a man who brought innovation beyond imagination. AI advancements, terraforming technology, synthetic life forms, medical miracles, ethical miracles. He turned the impossible into the inevitable. Every empire has a cost. Every step forward in technology brought humanity closer to something it was never meant to touch. As Weyland expanded his reach, a question remained unanswered. What is a corporation but a kingdom? What is a CEO but a king? And what is a king without immortality? For thousands of years, men have sought the secret of eternal life. The pharaohs built pyramids, believing they could cheat death. The alchemists searched for the philosopher's stone, convinced they could turn flesh into eternity. But Peter Weyland, he had technology, he had money, he had power, and he believed that he, among all men, could do what no one else had done. So, he reached beyond Earth. He reached into the void, into the unknown. Because if the secret of life could not be found in the past, then it had to exist somewhere in the future, somewhere among the stars. Peter Weyland's greatest invention was not a machine. It was not a spaceship. It was not a cure for disease. It was David, the first synthetic being to truly think, to reason, to learn, to evolve. David was not just an assistant. He was not just a tool. He was something more. To Peter Weyland, David was proof that life was no longer bound by biology, that the mind could exist beyond flesh, that one day, perhaps, A man could upload his consciousness into something greater, into something that would never die. But David did not see himself as a servant. David saw himself as a creation, waiting to surpass its creator. And Weyland, blinded by his arrogance, never considered the possibility that his masterpiece might look at him and see nothing but an imperfect man. If life could be created, then surely it had to be created by something. The beings who, according to his research, were the architects of all life. He did not just want to meet them. He wanted them to give him what he believed he deserved, the secret to eternal life. But gods do not answer to men. When Weyland's expedition reached LV 223, he stood before an engineer, expecting reverence, expecting knowledge, expecting a gift. But the engineer looked at him and saw nothing. Peter Weyland was not special. He was not a god. He was just another man. And like all men, he was weak. He was mortal. He was disposable. And so the engineer crushed him, silenced him, erased him from existence. But Peter Weyland did not truly die. His dream lived on. His corporation evolved into something far worse. Weyland-Yutani, a company without a soul, a machine consuming everything in its path. The pursuit of power did not stop. The search for control did not stop. The hunger for immortality did not stop. His creations still roam the universe. David, Walter, others yet to be known. They whisper in the dark. They ask questions their creator never dared to ask. And in those quiet moments, one question lingers. Did Peter Weyland win? Did he find his answer? Or did he, like so many before him, simply become another cautionary tale? A reminder that gods do not share their power